これでオープニング、このコンピューターでやるわ。ちょっと2人でマイクチェックを。
じゃあこの Teams にいる方はみんなあれですね。
できる。
こっちに。
じゃあこっちの Teams もスピーカー以外の方はビデオオフですよね。ビデオオフで。
ちょっとマイクを使って2人でしゃべって。影先生、ちょっと2人 MC 喋らせますからマイクチェックしてください。
聞こえますか？
はい。よろしくお願いします。Shall we start?
あと1分です。
YouTube も映ってます。YouTube 映ってます。
そうですね。YouTube 綺麗に映ってますね。
We hope that everyone will enjoy the presentation that they have prepared for today. Now, let's start with the opening briefing from Dr. Masato Kazuto, Professor of Nihon University.
スピーカービューかなんかになりますかね、これ。
Chief of NFU Student Steering Committee, we give an opening address. Mr. Tsune and Mr. Masaki, please. Now, we have
YouTube で全部見えてしまっているので、なんかスピーカービューみたいな形に Teams をした方がいい。
Thank you very much for a nice greeting. This time, from Japan side, we have a greeting from Miss Riko Tenma, Resume Engineering Senior High School. Let's welcome. Thank you very much for this. We have had a briefing.
宮下先生、神田です。
はい。
すみません。今、多分 MC のこの声が聞こえてるんだけど、これ練習でやってるんですけど、マイクミュートにした方がいいかなと思って。それです。
聞こえますか？
聞こえてます。
はい、聞こえてます。
ちょっと遠いですけど、はい。
聞こえますか？
はい。
聞こえます。聞こえますか？
Okay, it's time to start. Shall we start?
Hello everyone. Welcome to the World Youth Meeting 2021. I'm Maya Hall.
And I'm Siyoi. We are MC of this opening ceremony. Are all presenter nervous now?
We hope that everyone will enjoy the presentations that they have prepared for today.
Now, party with the opening greeting from Dr. Makoto Kageto, Professor of Nihon Fukushi University. Let's welcome him with a big hand.
Okay. Good morning in Nepal, Cambodia, and some other country, and good afternoon in Japan, Korea, and China. How are you doing today? I'm Professor Kageto, who are chair of World Youth Meeting 2021. Firstly, I'd like to thank you for joining today. I'd like to say, 안녕 하십니까? 사와디카, 쮸메랍수오, 아카파가, namaste. Okay, thank you for joining today's nice meeting. Thank you so much. Do you know this person? Can you see this gentleman? His name is Xie Wenbin, Taiwan Kaohsiung Jiaoyi Ji-Chen, the director of Kaohsiung Bureau of Education. Thank you so much for Dr. Xie. Without your support, we cannot host this big event. We have been planning more than 2 decades this World Youth Meeting and also Asia Students Exchange Program. And I'd like to say thank you to the Chen Sanminjashan principal. Thank you so much. Your nice suggestion and time to create this international collaborative event. Okay, as you know, this is the big event beating COVID-19. This year, we could welcome World Youth Meeting 23rd anniversary hosted by Japanese Ministry of Education. As you know, here in Japan, we enjoy the Tokyo Olympic Games every night. Last night, I enjoyed baseball between Korea and Japan. It's a nice game. And we are so happy welcoming the nice athletes from your countries. Yes, today, let's think about Olympic Games and World Youth Meeting. In Olympic Games, some may win, but some may lose their game. But thinking about their attitude towards their contribution to their own field. From another point of view, they are sharing top skills of their sports. English presentation, joining every year, and I'd like to say how lucky you are, because now you are participating in World Youth Meeting. I think you all students, you all participants, you are the athlete in the field of English presentation. I have been going around the world to observe the presentation conducted by high school students in Asian region, China, Korea, Philippines, Nepal, Indonesia, and so on. And we observed university level students' English presentation, but the presentation conducted in World Youth Meeting is the best one, best presentation. Please confirm what you are gaining today. It's a top skill, edging skill for the English presentation. And as you know, most of our students in Asian region learn English as a foreign language. Foreign language, EFL, English as a foreign language. That means outside our classroom, there are no opportunity to use English, but you are challenged for this meeting. You have a lot of opportunity to use under the collaboration with overseas students. In order to complete your presentation, you have to utilize your English skill, conversation, composition, and facial expression and gesture. That's a wonderful and top skill when we communicate with the people who have the different culture. I have a dream as a chair who have been hosting this World Youth Meeting more than 2 decades. 10 years later, you will be around 30. And most of you, the World Meeting graduates already, there are 30s and 40s. My dream is to find you, World Youth Meeting graduates, find you at some office, the government office or office in broadcasting as a working anchor or announcer. Please use your top skill for the Asian region to enhance the democracy in this area. Please think your own happiness and also people's happiness to share our knowledge of international collaboration experiences. Work together, shoulder together through the capacity building. Please use your top skill and share the top skill in your field of future working. Don't forget, you are the athlete of English presentation. Let's enjoy, and please promise to find next step to improve your English presentation and international collaboration. Please find something new from the presentation your friends are performing in this World Youth Meeting. Thank you. Have a good time with us. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you, Dr. Kageto. Now, Ms. Ayane Utsumi and Mr. Rei Nozaki, Chief of NFU Student Steering Committee, will give you an opening address. Ms. Utsumi and Mr. Nozaki, please.
I am Ayane Utsumi.
And I'm Rei Nozaki.
We are the head of the Student Steering Committee of Nihon Fukushi University. Welcome to the World Youth Meeting 2021. This year is the second time the event is held online. This year's theme is Regeneration and Sustainability. How can you be responsible for attaining Sustainable Development Goals? SDGs are now the focus on attention around the world. We, the people who will be responsible for the next generation, must stand at the forefront and think about what we can do. At Nihon Fukushi University, we have been some participatory activities such as picking up trash and creating educational materials for Cambodian elementary school students as part of our efforts to address some of the SDGs. There are a lot of things happening in the world right now with the coronavirus pandemic. In such a situation, we would like to express our sincere gratitude for being able to hold this World Youth Meeting event with people from all over the world. Thank you to all the students and teachers who prepared for this event. Let's have fun together for 2 days. We look forward to working with you. Thank you
for your
kind attention.
Thank you, Ms. Utsumi and Mr. Nozaki. Next, we have a greeting from students. The first speaker is Ms. Paul Fashion Caution Racing Variable School. Let's watch her welcome video.
Excuse me, Nihon Fukushi University. So could you start the video from Kaohsiung student? Okay, just wait for video is on. So the rhetorical side student will give a speech first, okay? Then later, so we have a video from Kaohsiung girls.
Yeah, yes, please. Thank you for your cooperation.
Okay, this time from Japan side, we have a greeting from Ms. Riko Tenma, Ritsumeikan Junior and Senior High School. Let's welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Riko Tenma from Ritsumeikan Senior High School. On behalf of Japanese participants, I would like to say a few words. I am really honored and pleased to make a speech today. As for me, this is the first time to join this World Youth Meeting. Last year, I want to join, but because of another commitment, I gave up participating in the World Youth Meeting. So I am now very happy to be here. I am now in the high school second grade. I'm in grade 11 and have experienced several online events since I entered this school, like some online discussion events and an online magazine making event. But this is the first time to make a live presentation with our overseas partners, and therefore I have been nervous, but got really excited. This is in fact a very important opportunity, not only of my improving my English and presentation skills, but also of making friends from several countries and widening my overseas network. I'm sure you guys have the same feelings and thoughts. The last but not the least is I would like to say a big thank you for all teachers and staff to have prepared for this great event under this COVID-19. We very appreciate it. Now guys, I am sure it is time to start our presentation and enjoy ourselves. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your speech, Rico. Next, we have a greeting from the student. The first speaker is Miss Ho Fei-Shin, Kaohsiung Reasoning Variable School. Let's watch her welcome video.
Hello, everyone. This is Huixing Foundation Senior High School in Taiwan. Though we are still in the pandemic era, yet we are in the final contest against COVID-19. But due to the omnipotent internet, it's our glad to meet one another via online. So, at the beginning, I would like to ask everyone why and how about the SDGs. Why should we study sustainable development? Is it really critical, really vital for us to figure out a solution to cope with SDGs? Some people may argue that we humans just live in the world for nearly 100 years. Why bother devoting ourselves to sustainable issues? No, no, no. It's totally wrong. What makes us able to study? The stable society status, the stable politics, and the stable economy. It's all related to SDG 4 and SDG 8. Another question, what makes us have food to eat? The hospitable environment and climate, aka SDG 12 and SDG 13. I just take two instances, but there are lots of SDGs included. Hence, sustainable development is everywhere. They are just by our side. That's the reason why the United Nations comes up with the plan, 17 SDGs, hoping that one day in the future, people in the world can attain the beautiful world we imagine. As a senior high schooler, what can we do? In fact, we can have some actions like cleaning the refrigerators regularly and then sharing fruits that we don't need with those who are needy. Everyone's little makes a miracle. The profound influence is unimaginable. Today is the 2021 World Youth Meeting. It's the day to show that young minds can bring new hopes to the world. Hope everyone learns great things from one another. I bid you all good luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much for a nice greeting. We have now a brief introductory lecture for the World Youth Meeting 2021. This is Dr. Flavor Rodrigo Candebader, Associate Professor of Arithmetic University. Please welcome him with a big hand.
Kandabal Sensei, we cannot hear you.
Please check the microphone. Sorry, I cannot hear you. There. Kanda-san. Sorry, I cannot.
Okay, Kaya Sensei, so just say instruction after the this opening ceremony. Can we do that instead of Kandabal Sensei? Kandabal Sensei will be ready for his lecture later, right?
Okay, it's okay. Yeah, complete. Yeah.
Yeah, what
Okay, next we will give you some announcement for the presentation session. Yuki, please.
Okay, please listen carefully for this announcement. When you personally enter the presentation room A to C, you need to change your name. You need to write your room A, B, or C, time zone number, your school abbreviation, and your name. Please do not turn on your camera and microphone while you are in the room. Each team must enter your assigned room 10 minutes before assigned time. Please do not turn on your camera and microphone until the name of your team is called. Shortly after the previous team finished the presentation, the next group
Next is Dr. Flavors nominated candidate Associate Professor of Origami University. Please welcome him with a big hand.
Kanda Sensei, could you please reboot your computer? We can wait.
So while waiting for the Kanabo Sensei ready for his lectures, today we have two MCs from Retractable side and two girls, two ladies have experienced what is meeting, but in person type. So I just ask two ladies. So what? Are you ready, Kanabo?
Yeah, just a second. So
Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Okay.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Okay.
Shall we start?
Let me get the slides ready. Sorry.
Yeah. Please start.
Okay, I'm sharing the slides now, so give me a minute, please.
Yeah. It's okay. We are beating COVID-19, so we have enough time and power. And lovely, your nice lecture. Thank you. Shall we start? Yeah.
Okay. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can see clearly.
Okay, I'm going to start the presentation. Thank you very much for waiting, and I'm sorry for the trouble. So
it's not on your responsibility. Okay.
Okay, everybody. So good afternoon and welcome to the World Youth Meeting 2021. Let's begin the startup lecture. My name is Kandupada B. Prabhat, and call me Kandu. So this time we are looking towards achieving SDGs as our main goal. Let me recall the conference theme again, regeneration and sustainability. How can we be responsible attaining SDGs? Now, some of you might think, can we really attain these SDGs by 2030? Are we not working towards it? We do, but it's not enough. Why? Because sometimes we forget things. We pay less attention to things. For example, in my case, sometimes I forget to take my bag when I go to shopping. Sometimes I forget to off the lights when I don't use some rooms. So let me recall the conference keywords again. regeneration, and sustainability. Now, I'm going to propose developing a concept of sustainable students. Now, again, let me recall my question. Can we really attain SDGs by 2030? And I believe, yes, we can, and we must. But we need to accelerate our actions reaching SDGs by 2030, at least to reach close to the goals. So, how can we continue to contribute to make this dream come true as school students, teachers, staff, and other administrative or private sector personnel? I suggest we all must become sustainable students. What is becoming a sustainable student? I suggest we all have to continue to learn, to adapt, to apply, to master the knowledge that we have. Now, why do we need to continue to learn how to learn, adapt, apply, and master? Because the environments and the situations around us are changing. Let us look at our field. We all connected to education. And now, as some of you know already, we move from passive learning or teaching to active learning and to deep learning. Then some stages we also discuss about reaching deep active learning. And until COVID-19, we had single mode learning. Now we have multimode learning. If you remember, before COVID-19, we all went to the school or the campus to take classes on site. Now we have some classes on site, some classes online, and some classes the mixed version, hybrid. So let me look at this year's conference project. Now you all are going to give an action plan or a proposal during your presentation. I believe this gives you a good chance for 4 things. First, raise awareness, gather information, and think solution for issues, and then you will share these ideas with your other members. Now, we cannot forget the DIEs. First, diversity. We have to stop discrimination and accept differences. Second, we also have to think about how we all respect and involve everybody around us. Third, equity. We have to make sure that we don't separate anybody because of these items. Now remember, sometimes we cannot save all, but our small action can support the one next to us. So again, we want you to think, how can we contribute to SDGs? First, let's look at what we have very close, today and tomorrow. How can we make the best out of World Youth Meeting 2021? Now, I'm sure that you all have started the exchange since spring until now. I believe this gives you a good chance to improve your hard skills and soft skills. What do we have in hard skills? I'm sure you notice your friends' different English language use, different ways of doing presentation, different ways of survey skills. Soft skills, you may have noticed your friends, your domestic friends, overseas friends have different communication skills, different ways of leading the group, proposing ideas, and then different ways of negotiating things. This year conference also, we have lots of opportunities. First, we have 13 countries joining us, and we have 45 presentations, 9 discussion platforms, 10 entertainment sessions, 4 cafe talk rooms. All we expect you to do is active participation. Get your ideas, share your ideas, improvise them, and bring them back to your places. Remember, I'm sure you all are very excited for this year's presentation, but we want you to work after the World Youth Meeting 2021. Why? Because we don't want you to be limited to the conference. We want you to keep thinking about your proposal your action plan, how to make your action plan or proposal become true. I believe then only we can truly contribute to the society. Again, to achieve SDGs, let's try to become a good, sustainable student. Now, remember, find your role and don't forget to enjoy the World Youth Meeting. Thank you very much for your attention. Good luck and see you all around. These are my references. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Kaniboda. Now, the first team, please prepare for your presentation. And the second presenter, please stand by. See you.
はい、ちょっとここ喋る人台湾側声ちょっと確認してください。いけるかどうか。読んで。Excuse me, Taiwanese speaker, are you ready? Can you hear me? Please turn on your microphone. Only the speaker in Taiwan, please.
カメラさ、上見てたの。顔映ってへんから。どっちのカメラに向かって言う？こっちも映ってんで。うん、ほら。うん、カメラって上向けていいかな。
Excuse me, can you hear me? Taiwanese students, please answer by your microphone, please.
Yes. Yes, we can hear you.
Can you
see my slides?
Yes, okay, very fine, no problem.
Okay.
Okay. じゃあ、向こうから来たらもう始めますから。クリッカー入ってね。で、チャット書き込む人、C はここです。
クリッカー入ってねって言って大丈夫？なるほど。なんか言ってる先生なんや。台湾。 なんか先生がなんでなんやろ。どっちのカメラに向かってしゃべった？こっちでいい？どうなんやろ。分からへん。
Trial version. Trial version.
iPad めちゃくちゃ持ってた。
ちょっと iPad 持ってそのままください。はい。よいしょ。じゃあ、どこや。チャットの確認、質問の確認はここで。はい。
Version. Trial version.
OK、じゃあスタートしますので、スピーカー以外は silent, please. Be quiet.
Trial version.
Don't make any noise, please. Be quiet, be quiet.
Trial version. Trial version. Trial version. Trial version. Trial version. Trial version.
None. Okay. Okay, MC, we are ready, so please introduce us. Hello, MC, we are ready, so please introduce us, please.
Now let's begin our presentation. Our house visitors are Osaka State Senior High School and KM High School. Are you ready?
Yes, we are ready.
we're very sorry for being late for 1 minute. So the first presenters are Osaka City Higashi Senior High School and Martin Municipal Sanjian Senior High School. Are you guys ready?
Yes, we are ready.
All right, let's welcome them with a big round of applause.
Hello everyone, we are Team C from Higashi Senior High School in Japan. Today, we want to talk about LGBTQ and we will focus on same-sex marriage. Our purpose of this presentation is to persuade the Japanese society to accept the idea of same-sex marriage. Same-sex marriage is not really founded in Japan. The following is the reason why we think it is not accepted. Japanese people have a strong old mindset. Many people think that the thought of men and women is normal when it comes to ordinary marriage. Same-sex marriage has not yet been accepted, as few consider it normal. When homosexuals are wedding men, their wedding planners say, "I'm sorry I couldn't have an ordinary wedding." When I heard that, I thought, what is normal? I think their marriage is in the form of men and women, men and men, women and women. Values vary from person to person, so there is no such as normal. I think it's not good to impose what you think is normal or others. We recognize each other's values, same-sex marriage will be accepted. Same-sex marriage is different from the form of love you are accustomed to after you grow up. So they are paid special. There are many things we can do to increase the number of people who accept homosexuality. For example, there is to first teachers at the school, teachers teach students that there are many forms of love. Through education, people can understand and show more compassion to those who are different from them.
Second, encourage others to create more anime, manga, and novels with the topic of homosexual. And in this way, this idea will be more common and people can discuss it more often. By doing so, I think that same-sex marriage will be accepted.
Let's hear what our Chinese friends' perspectives are.
Point of view, we will open the research without thinking at all.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. We are from Shenzhen Senior High School in Taiwan. Regarding the same-sex marriage in Taiwan, we are very proud to say that Taiwan is the first country to pass through same-sex marriage. In fact, it is not as easy as it seems. Before the law was passed, homosexuals fought for their rights and they even paraded on the streets. They also faced a strong backlash from certain parts of the society. Eventually, the government approved the bill of the law of the same-sex marriage.
In our perspective, we consider it's very lucky to find someone whose values, vision of love, and living attitude are close to us, no matter they are male or female. Of course, it isn't an easy thing, so people hide their real sexual orientation because of their family. But actually, being homosexual is not embarrassing at all.
Perhaps some people can't accept same-sex marriage because they consider that it is different from normal marriage, especially to those who have homosexual family members. We can understand that parents always hope their children to lead a normal life and become common people. However, we think that parents should try to accept same-sex marriage.
There are three reasons for this. Firstly, no one can choose their sexual orientation when they were born because it is originally natural and we can't control it by ourselves. Secondly, homosexuals are humans as well, and they should also have the right to pursue their own happiness. Thirdly, we believe that every parent would hope their children to be happy in the future. Thus, they should try to understand and embrace their homosexual children by giving blessings to them. Although same-sex marriage has been legalized in Taiwan, there are still people who oppose to it. When you start to decrease the discrimination, the people around you will also act. If people can be more open-minded and accept this notion, the society will definitely become better. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you for listening.
Okay, now we will move to the Q&A session.
Sorry, thank you so much for your presentation. We're moving to the Q&A section. And there is a question in the comment section, so I'm going to pick one of them, sir. The first of which is that, do you know anyone who is homosexual at school? Will he or she be bullied at school? Will they be bullied at school? That is the question.
Yes, I actually have two classmates who's homosexual, and they are both great. It is quite nice spending time chatting with them.
Thank you so much. Is there any other questions that you possibly think of?
Excuse me, can I ask a question?
There's another question coming, right? So, what can high school students do outside of school to help raise awareness of sexual equality?
I think that just like we just said, we have parades that we can go to for homosexuals. Can I ask, is there someone's microphone that is on that didn't close?
Thank you for your questions. Are there any benefits to accepting same-sex marriage?
Yes, there are. I have two reasons. First, second, the number of happy people will increase because everyone who wants to get married can get married.
I am very sorry that we're running out of time, so we're going to close Q&A session. The next.
Thank you for your nice presentation. The next presenters are Osaka City Higashi Senior High School and Kaohsiung Municipal Changjiang Senior High School, Team D. Please prepare less than 1 minute.
LINE にさ、ファイルみたいなの覚えてたよ。それをそのままGmail でこっちに送っGmail で自分に送ったらかな。これ。
Are you guys ready? Team D, are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, so please start. So please start.
Sorry.
Okay, start. Hello everyone. We are from Higashi Senior High School. Today, I want to talk about is our Earth getting sick? We are focusing on SDGs number 14, life below water, and I will talk about the problems of plastic garbage.
Do you know how much plastic we use in life? For example, it is used in plastic wrap, game consoles, airplanes, artificial grass, and so on.
Plastic is useful, so it's used for various things around us. However, it causes serious environmental problems. More than 100,000 marine creatures like sea turtles die every year around the world because of eating plastic waste by mistake and getting caught in abandoned plastic fishing nets. Plastic waste not only has a bad effect on marine creatures, it also affects human beings.
Have you ever heard of microplastic? It is a type of tiny plastic floating in the ocean. Fish eat microplastic in the ocean, and we eat them. So plastic accumulates in our bodies. Plastic isn't digested, and its harmful substances are absorbed into our bodies.
Well, what action have people taken to reduce plastic garbage? We took a questionnaire among students in Japan and Taiwan to find it out.
Look at this graph. Most of the students say they bring their own bag and bottles in both countries.
As for chopsticks and straws, more Taiwanese students do not take the disposable ones from the stores. On the other hand, more Japanese students refill shampoo and detergent than Taiwanese.
We are very curious about this result. Doesn't refilling the same bottle mean but that we use the same container again and again? Isn't it a good behavior for reducing plastic garbage? Let's hear what our Taiwanese friends want to share with us.
Thank you. Hi everyone, we are from Shenzhen Senior High School. Now we want to talk about this problem. Although it seems really good to refill shampoo and detergent, but most of the way we buy refilling packages to refill them. Are they really environmentally friendly? Let's look at this comparison between refilling packages and plastic bottles.
For refilling packages, they are light, thin, and they require less plastic to produce. However, because they are composed of different plastic materials, it is difficult to disassemble and recycle, so they usually end up as a garbage. As for plastic bottles, they are made of a single, stronger material, which means they are easier to be recycled and they are not easy to break and leak. However, the downside is that more plastic is needed while making them. So, which one is better? There is no definite answer.
In fact, every environmental issue does not always have a perfect answer. Only with a deeper understanding of the plastic we touch every day will we have the opportunity to find options that are more suitable for us and more earth-friendly. Next, we're going to propose 3 ways to decrease plastic.
First, bring reusable bags with you all the time. It's really easy and simple. Bring bags that can use many times means that you won't have to take the plastic one while buying. As you cultivate this habit, you can cut out more plastic products. Second, recycle it. It's hard to avoid taking plastic stuff, but we can use them properly until they break. For instance, reuse the plastic bottle to a watering can. Third, always be eco-friendly. Spend 5 minutes to search the ingredients of the product and choose the one that is less harmful to Earth.
A person's part is small, but a group of people can change the world. In order to reduce plastic waste, we need to work together. Thank you for listening. Do you have any questions?
I am going to answer the question that is, why do you think the difference of awareness between Japan and Taiwan from the questionnaire occurs? I think one of the reasons is that Taiwan has a policy to decrease the plastic usage, and one of them is decrease the straws. So maybe that is the way, because the different replies of between Taiwan and Japan. And another question from Kaohsiung Girls High School is, how do you plan to spread your ideas to people around you rather than only doing this yourself? We can use straws that is more environmentally when buying drinks to our friends, showing your environmentally straws instead of take them the plastic straws.
Thank you. Next, I'm going to answer this question. Why did we think about these environmental issues? Because we wanted to say that there are a lot of environmental problems caused by humans. Therefore, other creatures are suffering. Thank you.
Next, I will answer the question, why is there so much plastic waste? The answer is because of plastic is low price, safety, and ease of processing. It has become used in many products. Thank you.
That's all.
Okay, MC, that's all of our presentation and the FAQ session. Please move to the next.
All right, thank you so much for your presentation. So the next presenters are Nara Ikue Junior High School and Senior High School and St. Paul's High School. Please start sharing your screen, please. I don't know why I said please twice, but anyway. You will have less than 1 minute. If you're not going to be ready up until the presentation starts, you'll be asked to go to room D for backup. Thank you. So Nara Ikue Junior and Senior High School and St. Paul's High School ready? So the 1 minute has passed. So those two teams are asked to go to the room D. Okay. Oh, okay. So it seems like the team's ready. So please start the presentation now. Could you please start the presentation? Otherwise, you'll be asked to go to room D for backup, please.
Yes. We are St.
We can't hear.
We are St. Paul. Hello, we are St. Paul High School.
We are from Nara Ikue High School.
Today, our topic is impulse buying. Impulse buying. We will focus on what impulse buying is and how to avoid it to be responsible for the SDGs.
Definition of impulse buying. The impulsive buying is the tendency of a customer to buy goods and services by emotions and feelings without planning in advance, especially for the young unable to earn money but spend it easily.
There are three sides to lead young people to shop impulsively: manufacturer, medium, young consumers.
The first side is the manufacturer. Of course, there are many diverse marketing strategies. Different marketing tricks are used when merchants are selling their product. Here are some ways commonly seen in our daily lives. Number one, celebrity endorsements. Producers like to hire famous people in their target consumer group to guarantee and promote their merchandise.
2. Discounts. Merchants often roll out different discounts and special sales with attractive slogans to trigger people's shopping desires. For example, discount coupon, buy one get one free, free shipping, cash feedback. Next, medium. Diverse and convenient consumption platforms.
Hundreds of consumption platforms online, such as Amazon, Rakuten, and Shopee, make purchasing easy and fast click to go. Of course, We consumers may lose our mind and control to buy a lot of things in a short time. Actually, my teammate Anika often buys many things online impulsively, and her mother gets angry with her.
The final side, young consumers. For young consumers, fashion and sense of belonging are what we care about the most.
First, fashion. We tend to buy what is in fashion to show we are in fashion.
Second, find belongings. For example, Demon Slayer. When we have something of Demon Slayer, we can show off and create a topic with peers, which makes us find the connection with our friends.
Then, how about yes? Remember what we are aiming at with SDGs. Impulsive purchases have a negative impact on the environment. For example, everybody knows that discarded clothes incinerated emit large amount of carbon dioxide. 3. How to avoid impulsive shopping and become a responsible consumer. We have 2 action plans, SOS and 3D.
What is SOS? Step 1. Stop chasing the celebrity or YouTuber. We can stop tracking influencers or celebrities to reduce unnecessary shopping desires. Step 2. Oriented buying. We can make a shopping list to prevent the purchase of unnecessary items. Step 3. Set up a limited budget and time. Bring just enough money with us and then go to shop before the store closes in 30 minutes. So in the restriction of time and money, we can consider of buying extra goods.
Then how about 3D? Step 1. Decrease. Decrease the times of shopping out. We can reduce the frequency and then extend the period of shopping. Step 2. Divide. Divide hoarded items. Sort the items into the needed and the unneeded. Step 3. Donate. Donate the unneeded things. We can donate the unnecessary things to the ones in need.
The conclusion. Although we senior high school students are not manufacturers, it's easy for us to follow these action plans above. Through these plans, the SOS, stop chasing the celebrity or YouTuber, oriented buying, set up a limited budget and time, and the 3 Ds, decrease, divide, donate, we can reach the goal of responsible consumption. All right. Thanks for your listening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to the Q&A part. So the first question. First of all, thank you all for your concentration and your listening. So the first question. How do you plan to persuade your peers to stop being so affected by the celebrity promoted items? Well, that's a great question. First of all, we've suggested that they can reduce the time they spend on scrolling through their social media accounts. And second of all, maybe they can ask for others' help. For example, to ask for their parents, to maybe be their break when they see the celebrity and want to buy those things. And the above are my answers, and let's move on to Japanese students.
Next, I'll answer the question. Do you have experience of impulse buying yourself? I often do impulse buying online and window shop when I am doing window shopping. Next, Taiwanese student.
Okay, so the third question. What do you think about fast fashion industry implication to impulse buying? Well, I think it does have something to do with impulse buying. To keep up with fashion seems to be the trend for all young people like us. So I think those fast changing styles of clothes does do something to impulse, just like fast fashion does do something to impulse buying. So I think they're associated. And so the above are basically my answers, and let's move on to Japanese students.
Okay, I will answer the question. What is the disadvantage of the online platforms of impulse buying? Yeah, I think we can't see the items. So we often mistake. Okay, next, Taiwanese students.
Well, that's great.
How do you...
Thank you for your nice presentation. The next presenters are Ritsumeikan Moriyama Junior and Senior and Kaohsiung Municipal Jongjin High School. Please prepare less than 1 minute.
Okay, thank you. And thank you again for your
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
どうやったらスタートわかるんですか？
これがかかるから。
はい。
Are you guys ready?
Ready?
これでる？ Yes.
Okay, so please start.
これでないですか？でも汚れてる。
今これが映ってる。
いいですか？
いいよ。
Hello, it's time for the Ritsumori News. I'm Ayaka, and today's topics are how can we make a society where everyone can live comfortably regardless their nationalities? What can high school students do to realize the SDGs goal number 11, sustainable cities and communities? Currently, about 2.8 million foreigners live in Japan. It is about 2% of Japan's population. Now, Koharu and Yuri will share the information about the current situation for foreign residents in Japan. Okay, one of the serious problems for foreign residents living in Japan is that they don't understand Japanese. This is the percentage of native languages spoken by foreigners living in our city. We had interviewed Mrs. Chieko Okumura, who teaches Japanese in Moriyama Friendship International Association. She said that the Japanese language has 3 types of characters and some words even have more than one meaning. These make Japanese language very difficult to understand. Therefore, foreigners have so much trouble on a daily basis.
Can you imagine how they suffer? I had an interview with an ALT, an assistant language teacher working in Moriyama City. She told me that Japanese interpreter. She cannot do anything when use difficult Japanese language like the situation on the slides. This is not only inconvenient, but also they feel pain of being able to communicate or guilty and being the burden. To summarize, what we are concerned about is the language barrier around us. It makes our society exclusive and even makes some foreign residents feel isolated. Let's take a look at a similar situation in Taiwan.
Hello everyone, this is Alicia.
Hello everyone, this is Kai. Today we're going to talk about cultural conflict. As time goes by, more and more cultural differences emerge. Hey Alicia, do you know anything about this?
Yeah, sure. For example, people in India eat with their bare hands.
Wow, that's cool. But we don't often see this in Taiwan. However, it's a very sacred action in India.
Oh, I see. It reminds me of another example. Japanese people always make slurping sounds while having noodles, because it's a way to show respect to the chef.
But it's very inappropriate to make sound while eating in Taiwan.
To sum up, when the foreign people first come to a new country, it must be difficult for them to overcome the cultural differences.
But in Taiwan, we welcome other cultures, and we won't discriminate against those cultures that we aren't familiar with. We've built an inclusive society. If you want to experience multicultural environment, then Taiwan is your best choice.
When foreigners come in contact with other countries' cultures, they often face some obstacles, like weird looks, unfair treatment, and different languages. This kind of situation may lead to serious cultural problems. So one way we can promote this phenomena on lessons, magazines, and online platforms is to create an inclusive society through understanding each other's habits and to respect other cultures.
Nowadays, many foreigners choose to live in Taiwan, which makes it more culturally diversified. And it also means that Taiwan is a place that appreciates different kinds of cultures because we respect each other and we're always willing to help people with difficulties. We should keep a friendly and positive attitude. The more acceptance we show to people, the better Taiwan becomes as an inclusive society.
Here is our action plan to help achieve the goal of making comfortable, sustainable community here in Moriyama. Step 1. Do the field research and learn what is needed in our community. Step 2. Take action as a high school student in our community to raise awareness. Actually, we have already conducted survey and got 60 responses. One of the requests was from a cafe asking us to have their menu translated into English. English menu is easier for foreign people to understand. Also, it helps local people to be prepared to welcome people from abroad. This is one of our ongoing actions right now. We are also thinking of adding a guide to the Japanese restaurant culture, for example, how to eat and how to order.
Sorry, please move on
There's
to
more
the
one thing that everyone here can do. It is to use and simple Japanese language. Actually, in Moriyama, there is already a guidebook and how to use friendly Japanese language as a Nihongo. However, it is not widely known or used, so we should it use more. Furthermore, what is more important is not only teach and provide our language and culture to foreigners, but also to show respect to language and culture of other countries.
We are all responsible for creating an
inclusive society that is comfortable for everyone living in our community. Are you ready to take action to help? Thank you for listening. Now we would like to start Q&A. We started some projects related to the SDGs in our school. We shared what high school students can do in detail, especially related with the SDGs Goal 11 today. To make an inclusive society where both Japanese and foreign residents can live comfortably, we started by helping people living in our community, such as helping translate the menu of a local cafe. Also using simple and easy Japanese when communicating is important regarding their variety of their native languages. Now I would like to have some questions from audience.
Now I answer the question about the how can we conduct this plan as a student, which is we will translate the menu in restaurant. We study the translate by word in our iPads now. And
I am very sorry for interruption, but we have to move on to the next presentation, please. And thank you. So up next, we have a last presentation, which is presented by Ritsumeikan Junior and Senior High School and SMAN 3 Yugakata, SMAN 9 Yugakata School.
Okay,
so please get ready for your presentation. Please tell me that you are ready.
We are ready.
You may go ahead and start your presentation now.
Okay. In how we unite. Good afternoon, distinguished judges and participants. We are from the Yogyakarta team. My name is Philolita.
My name is Melissa.
My name is Astrid.
And we are Japanese team. My name is Kanna.
My name is Aya.
My name is Natsuki.
And my name is Nozomi. Today, we present a topic on vaccine inequity. In your presentation, we want to emphasize the fact that sustainability and regeneration will not be achieved if ignorance towards one's global obligation remains. Only when we all have the same consciousness about global common goods can we achieve sustained development.
What is inequality and why is it the main subject of our presentation? Let's compare the case between Germany and Iran. In fact, inequality exists as vaccination. This pandemic affects both countries but very differently. Both countries have almost the same numbers of population, but the situation is totally different. Germany was able to vaccinate 52% of its population, while Iran only 7.1%. Some may think it's understandable because Germany is a developed country while Iran is a developing country. But do you think this gap is long? Iran has more severe situation, but they don't have enough vaccination. Now, the question is Is this an okay problem?
What causes this gap in vaccine distribution? First, the bag nationalism approach in securing vaccines. The act of reserving vaccines for oneself and vaccine diplomacy in which countries link the provision of vaccine to politics and compete for international influence.
Second is lack of resources. To face the pandemic, the main challenge for underdeveloped countries is lack of response tools, such as large monetary, trained medical personnel, and vaccine strains that are being easily deployed by developed countries.
My team identified two main problems caused by vaccination inequity, poverty, and inequalities. How the vaccination is halting us from achieving SDG number 1 and 8. The most apparent impact of COVID-19 is how it imposed an lockdown. Restriction on the economy weighed heavier in developing countries than according to the data, richer countries are projected to vaccinate and recover economically quicker from COVID-19. But we cannot say the same thing to the poor countries.
Even though rich countries are able to vaccinate their entire population and ignore the needs of poor countries, the world economy will eventually fall. This is why vaccine equity is not only critical to saving lives, but also to driving a faster and fairer recovery from the pandemic with benefits for all.
In health inequalities, in the 1990s or the HIV era, richer or developed countries dominated the stocks of drugs for HIV/AIDS, leaving 90% of the global poor countries who were living with HIV had no access to these life-saving drugs. It was both destructive and morally unjustified in its own right. The same pattern is now happening again. Instead of minimizing the gap, we recreate and reinforce it, imposing the so-called vaccine apartheid. The COVID-19 pandemic has reminded us that health is a global public issue. Achieving equity in vaccines and closing the gap in vaccination is our first step towards genuine global health cooperation.
So what are the solutions that we want to propose within our presentations? The first solutions is that we want to emphasize the obligations of government and any parties partake like company to openly sharing vaccine manufacturing technology, resources, and temporarily waiving the barriers. Seeing the value of COVAX to distribute 2 billion of doses by the end of this year, and despite the high rate of vaccine distributions coming from rich countries, we think this is not enough. So by giving the developing countries or countries in need the capabilities, the capacities, also the independency to manufacture their own vaccines, by giving them the resources that they need, the distributions of vaccines will cost less time and less budget. The second solution, more pharmaceutical companies committed to sell vaccines without taking any profit for durations of the pandemic. You might already know that certain vaccine brand has already committed to sell vaccines without taking any profit. And what does it cost? It costs several more countries only relying into a certain vaccine brand, even when the vaccine stock itself is very limited. So beneficiaries from that vaccine stocks is also very limited. So by more vaccine brand committed to sell vaccines without taking any profit, more developing countries, more countries in it will have access to its vaccines. And the last and the most important solutions is ensuring that vaccines are not being used as a political tool for political purposes. The reason is simple. When you're looking into these kids' eyes, will you be able to tell them that their life is a mere political tool? Now, the question is whether by the end of all this, our hands will be stained by those lives who lost the fight, not because they didn't fight, but because we decided to turn blind eyes. Thank you. Okay, so now we are moved to the Q&A sessions. First, we would like to know. Thank you for students from JSL. We would like to know how can students achieve the goals that the vaccine can be shared. We think, but within our presentations, our next goal is that to share awareness how important vaccine is. And we want that the students and also the citizen giving the scrutiny that the companies and the government needs. When the government, also the companies, under the scrutiny of the youth or the citizen, then they will do what we think is right. Is that by sharing vaccines, by realizing their obligations towards the global needs. We, next question. Before World Youth, yes, we already considered this topic before World Youth meeting. And why so? Because the vaccine equity is very apparent. Why so? Because now more countries are able to save from the impact of COVID-19, for such as not all countries have impact of economic recessions. Meanwhile, countries like Indonesia and India stuck in economic recessions, and that really shown how vaccine equity is really apparent between countries. The next question is that how can we solve such economic pandemic as a student? We believe that nowadays there's something called economic creativity. Economic creativity, it really depends on youth creativity to indulge themselves to economic sector, and that's what we as a students, we as a youth can do to help the economic conditions during pandemic.
Thank you for a nice presentation. So we're now 10 minutes break time. Sorry, 5 minutes break time. And the next presentation will start from 2 p.m. Thank you very much.
Welcome back, everyone. Before we start the second part of the presentation section, we will let you know that you you have only 1 minute to prepare. If your team should have some trouble and be unable to appear at the time of presentation, we will ask your team to move to room D for the backup. The first presenters are Koriyama High School and Kaohsiung Municipal High School. Would you please start sharing your screen? Would you please start sharing your screen?
I'm so sorry. Please move to my question. Koriyama, are you ready? 広陵先生、ちょっと反応していただけますか？広陵高校
I'm ready. We're ready.
Are you already? Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Are you ready?
Please start.
Yes. Please start.
So excuse me, so we cannot see your screens. Please share your screen. Then you said you're ready, so we are not counting the timer.
Yes, we are ready.
So please start. Time is consuming.
One question when talking about SDG number 5, gender equality, is would it be strange for men or boys to wear skirts? If you ask me that question, my answer may be yes. Here are some reasons. For one thing, if I walk on the road in a skirt, people may give me a peculiar look for a long time, and that made me uncomfortable easily. I always feel bad when somebody stares at me. So it's one of the reasons that I don't wear skirts. Another reason is about the culture. Neither my parents nor teachers have told me that I can wear a skirt. Wearing a skirt-type garment is socially labeled as feminine, typical for women and girls. The above are the reasons that I don't wear a skirt.
Next, I will talk about evolution of menswear. This picture shows the brief history of menswear in early European countries. Skirts were the wear of many ancient civilizations, It used to be common for men to wear skirts or dresses in ancient times. It actually wasn't until the early 19th century that men adopted slim trousers as standard masculine clothes. Here's another example. It is also shown that men's clothing in early China commonly include skirts or skirt-like garments. We can see many male designers in the fashion industry advocating men to wear skirts. It seems that the fashion industry has begun to embrace skirts for men. However, society can change that quickly. We have done a survey to ask 62 men and one girl whether they will follow the trend if it's become popular for men to wear skirts. The results showed that 63.5% say no. The main reason is that the trend is not necessarily what they like. On the other hand, only 36.5% say yes. They won't feel it's strange to wear skirts, as long as most people do so. It means that most men still can't accept the idea of wearing skirts.
Let's talk about men in skirts events in Taiwan. Do you know who he is? His name is Song Mingchen, a Taiwanese YouTuber. He usually makes some videos about current events or gender issues in Taiwan. Besides, Men in Skirt event took place in 2019 before the lawmakers voted to legalize same-sex marriage. Men of all ages gathered on the streets of Taiwan wearing skirts as part of events organized to challenge gender stereotypes and raise awareness of Taiwan's long-awaited marriage bill. To sum up, we cannot decide what other people will. So what we should do is to understand and respect their habits, traditions, and cultures. We hope that we can wear what we like, and no one will look at us strangely or laugh at us. Thank you for listening.
I'm so sorry, it's time to stop.
Stop sharing.
Stop sharing your slide. It's time to stop.
Excuse me, can you stop this sharing your screen, and we are ready for the next presentation. Korean High School and Kaohsiung Municipal New High School, please stop it. Now, Marok Senior High School, please ready for your presentation, please.
Thank you for your presentation. Next presenters are Maroka Senior High School. Would you please start sharing your screen?
So I'll share video later. So can I start?
Yes, you can start.
Thank you. So hello everyone. I'm Shirakawa Yudai from Maroka Senior High School. So there are a lot of SDGs to attain. And which one are you interested in most? Today, we focus on gender equality. Gender equality is closely related to our daily lives and our school lives. Okay, then please listen to our presentation. Let us share our video.
이게 아니에요? It's all okay? You can? You cannot?
네.
네. You right? 여기다. 사진 그래? 응. 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 싫어? 싫어? 응. 이제 나 black?
So sorry about the video. So, sorry about the audio. So thank you very much. So let me summarize our presentation. We thought, um, we thought about gender equality in school life. We thought about gender equality in school life, and it's familiar to us because the gender gap index in Japan is very low. We surveyed our students and discussed actions we can take to achieve gender equality. Actually, it is very hot topic in news, such as Tokyo Olympics. You know that some athletes express minorities' rights. For example, transgender athlete of weightlifting was not equally evaluated because of the gender matter. It is a big issue in the world. So let's move on to the question. So the first question is, sorry, please wait. First question is, so the first question is, are there any actions? So yeah, yes. So in Japan, there is still a bit of a male priority mentality due to the influence of the past. Using the actions mentioned in the presentation as an example, I would like to promote flexible Japan by changing such old ways of
I'm
thinking.
sorry, your time ended, so please finish your presentation. Thank you for your nice presentation. If you are going to share your video, please make sure the mic is on so that we can share your presentation. The next presenters are Fukui Commercial High School, Himei, and Kaohsiung Municipal Union Senior High School. Would you please start sharing your screen?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Please start.
Hello everyone. We are from Quick Commercial High School and Linya Junior High School. Today, we'd like to talk about SDGs number 5, gender equality. Do you know that there are problems about gender equality in the world? As an example, there is story of Malala Yousafzai. She worked to equal education right for women. But she was shot by people who disagreed with her. It's still difficult for some women to get education,
So there are many girls who can't receive education around the world. Let's listen to some problems in Taiwan. Thank you. In her school, boys are minority and girls have more power. So it's more about the number than gender in Taiwan. Japan has more gender equality problems. According to the Gender Gap Index 2021, Japan was ranked 120th out of 156 countries in the world, while our partner Taiwan, if calculated separately from mainland China, ranks as high as 6 on this chart. Today, we will focus on separate roles of man and woman in the home. In Japan, it has long been thought that man work and woman do the housework. Doing housework alone is a big burden. So today, we'd like to talk about the fifth goal of SDGs, gender equality, in order to improve the current situation of gender discrimination as much as possible. There is a traditional culture that women should make meals, especially older people strongly believe this, and it is difficult to convince them otherwise. So it is important for us to change the minds of young people like us. Also, Fukui, where we live, has the highest rate of two-income families in Japan. So even though many women work just like men, they are expected to come home and do the housework. It is completely unfair. So I'm here to suggest my bento day. It means let's make our bento by ourselves. On this day, both men and women make their own bento. It might be good to cook with your father. Our team experienced my bento day. We had to get up early in the morning to prepare our lunch, and that was so hard. Through my bento day, we realized how hard it is to do housework. Also, it gave us an opportunity to think about gender equality. Let's see how they can solve the problem in Taiwan.
So my action plan is we can take turns. That is, In this lesson, we will focus on girls' opinions. In the next lesson, we will follow the boys' opinions. 可是它是不一样欸。But because of epidemic, everyone has online lesson at home. So I will make a form for boys and girls to fill out if they agree my idea.
Thank you. Now let's follow this up. By trying my bento day, we can change our ways of thinking so we can make an equal world. There is a big difference between males and females. Through the opinion of Taiwan, we learned that we should respect everyone's opinion, and the majority needs to listen to and respect the minority. That way, we can reach equality.
We should think and act to solve the problem of gender equality. To do that, I think we should be interested in these problems. And to solve it, we can tell people about my bento day on social media. We can put posters on the school wall. We can even run for the class president or a student council to change the situation around us. Each of us should think about gender equality and make it come true. Thank you for listening.
We would like to answer to your question.
Thank you for your question. Thank you for your question. Bento day is bento day means let's make our bento by ourselves. On this day, both men and women make their own bento.
Thank you very much for your nice presentation. So next presenters are Ritsumeikan Uji Junior and Senior High School Team A and Boga Laboratory School, National San Yat-sen University. Would you please start sharing your screen?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so please start.
Okay. Hi, Peggy. I'm always wondering how high school students can be responsible for attaining sustainable development goals.
Well, we can live more sustainably. We can take some simple steps like taking public transportation and reducing energy consumption.
Hey, are you talking about a sustainable living lifestyle? Andrew and I had a travel experience in Japan. We learned some sustainable lifestyles in Japan.
Yes, we visit our friend in Kyoto. They are our partner we cooperated with in ASA 2020. The tree really expanded our horizons.
Really, it's been a long time since ASAP 2020 ended.
Why not just give them a line call? We also miss them so much.
Sure, I'll call them.
Haven't seen you for a long time.
How's everything going?
Great. We heard that Chris and Andrew had a wonderful trip in Japan. They learned some sustainable lifestyle during the trip.
Yeah, sure. We found a green hotel for them to stay at.
Green hotels in Japan aim to lower the damage to the global environment by decreasing the number of toothbrushes and razor used daily at the hotels.
So cool! Can you elaborate it for us?
Sure. That green hotel takes some actions to stop the worsening of global warming. For instance, it is devoted to saving water, energy, and reducing waste.
Also, the average room rate of the Green Hotel is a bit lower compared with that of other hotels of the same level, but it doesn't provide single-use items such as toothbrushes, soap, and shampoo, so some people feel it inconvenient to stay at it.
We searched for the green hotels on the internet for Chris and Andrew and booked one for them. We think staying at green hotels on travel is living a sustainable lifestyle.
In order to understand the popularity of green hotels, we conduct a questionnaire survey in Japan. We found that most students in Japanese are interested in environment issues, but most of them have never heard of green hotels.
We also found that when Japanese students are choosing which hotel to stay at, a budget is the most important factor, and the least important factor is whether or not the hotel is eco-friendly.
After we came back to Taiwan, Chris and I also conducted a similar survey. When choosing a hotel on travel, high school students in Taiwan care more about amenities, and they don't care whether or not the hotel is eco-friendly.
Moreover, only a few students in Japan heard of green hotels.
The situation in Taiwan is really similar. High school students who know about green hotels are very much in the minority.
In fact, I have never heard of green hotels before your introduction. Are there many green hotels in Taiwan?
Peggy, there are a lot of green hotels in Taiwan. I once stayed at a great one in Taoyuan.
In our survey, those who have heard of green hotels think of that as a building that is equipped with some eco-friendly facility. How do Japanese students think of the green hotel?
Oh, it's same in Japan. About 1/3 of Japanese students think so.
That's right, and I noticed that students who heard of green hotels misunderstand the spirit of setting up green hotels.
Yeah, I think one of the goals they want to reach is to reduce the amount of plastic garbage.
In order to raise the public awareness of environmental protection, we decided to set up a website for the green hotels in Taiwan and Japan to propagate how they benefit the environment.
Cool! What will you guys upload?
We would like to promote green hotel because what they are carrying out can reduce using energy and waste.
Absolutely. So we uploaded the 7 goals in the green hotel to make people understand that they are trying to protect our planet.
Wow, it should also include a graph to show the percentage of plastic garbage and how plastic garbage has damaged our environment.
The main target for this website is not only to promote green hotel, but also make people realize the crisis created by the plastic garbage.
It seems that we're moving toward a sustainable lifestyle. Next time, when we go on a field trip, we should try our best to persuade our teachers to book green hotels.
We will share our website on our Facebook and Instagram. Then more people can become eco-friendly on travel.
We can do better by carrying our own chopsticks and reusable straws whenever we dine out.
And also carry our own reusable shopping bag.
Yeah, buying products with less packaging can also reduce the amount of garbage.
So why don't we design a form like this to check what we've done to live sustainably?
Great! It can remind us frequently and check what we haven't done.
Okay, Next time when we chat together, we want to find out the person who cares about regeneration and sustainability most. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, the first question I want to answer is from RMSHS. You wrote, "Thank you for your presentation. Have you ever used Green Hotel?" Yes. During our presentation, we also mentioned that once I went to Taoyuan and stayed at a Green Hotel, and um, during through our action plan, we set up a website, and in a website we have a Google map, and on the Google map there are different green hotels separated in Taiwan, and if you want to check it out, you can go to the website we built, and also we separate the green hotels with the metal, because green hotel have their own terms to be the gold medal, the silver medal, and the third, the bronze medal. Yeah. So the one I stay in Taoyuan is a gold one, and we have wrote the 7 terms that that can become a green hotel. And if you want more information, you can check the web out.
Next, I would like to answer the question from JJHS Alice. Thank you for asking the question. The question is, I want to ask if there are more and more plastic appear, which solution you may adopt to solve this problem? So using the eco-friendly hotel is a solution for this. If you use eco-friendly hotel, less plastic products are provided there. So that means more lower chances for the plastic products to be abandoned in the sea and be the microplastics. So the using eco-friendly hotel can be the solution for this. Thank you.
Thank you for your great presentation. Next presenters are Senri International School of Kansei Gakuin, Team A, and Ichi Valuable School, Team A. Will you please start sharing your screen? Senri International School of Kansei Gakuin and Ichi Valuable School. Would you please start sharing your screen? You only have 1 minute to prepare, and 1 minute has passed. So if you have some trouble, so, please move to room T for the backup.
Could you wait for a minute?
Okay.
So we cannot wait for your presentation. So please go to the room D. Thank you for your cooperation. So we are going to start next presentation 2:50. No, so 3 o'clock.
なってしまったりしないのかなっていうのと、あと自分がこう発表するのを言いにくい時にロボットに頼るっていうことがあったと思う。それも一つだと思うんですけど、それをすることでこう自分から言うっていうことでステップアップっていう形はないのかって、その辺実際どうだったか、ロボットにずっと頼りすぎてしまうということはないのかって、その辺をお願いします。
ありがとうございます。その点についてやっぱり担任の先生であったり保護者の方から最初同じような、ご不安を、お聞きすること。
This is a mic test. Mic test.
Material.
So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We'll now begin the third part of the presentation section. So before letting this presentation start, we have to let you know that you will have 1 minute to prepare your presentation. If you are unable to do so, you may be asked to go to the room D for the backup. Thank you. So let's begin the first presentation. The first presenters are Litmekan Junior and Senior High School and CIA First International School. Prepare to share your screen, please. You guys hear me okay? So it seems like the group has not appeared in time, so we're moving on to the next presenters. Team, what do you do? You come. So the next presenters are Nagoya City Zato High School and National Benshin Senior High School. Please start your presentation. Seems like the first group is ready, so please start your presentation.
Okay. Hikazato will go. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, we can. So apparently, if you go to room D, the next presenters have to prepare for the next presentation until your presentation time has come. So the next presenters should be waiting until it's 10 after 3 p.m. To repeat that again, the next presentation is going to be starting at 10 minutes past 3 p.m. Thank you.
我就先放着哦。
现在吗？他还没开始。哎，不对，2点10分的时候会绝对会遇到打钟，后面没关系。
陈有关吗？
Now it's past 3 p.m. So we're now going to start the next presentation from Nagoya City Kikusato High School and National Fencing Senior High School. Please start your presentation now.
Hi everyone, we are students from Fencing Senior High School and the Kikusato High School. Today we are going to introduce the issue, which is fight with pollution. We divided the issue into 10 parts. Now, our Japanese friends will go first.
This graph shows that the amount of SO2 has decreased in Japan, and the air is getting cleaner every year. How did we overcome air pollution? We took measures such as Air Pollution Control Act, eco-friendly cars, and technology to remove harmful substances. While air pollution has been solved, now there is a problem of waste.
In 20 years, there will be no space to throw out the garbage. Let's look at the types of the household garbage. Plastics cover the most of the family garbage. However, more than 80% of it is incinerated, which means burned. There are two main problems with burning. First, it causes air pollution. Second, we don't have enough landfills for the ash. So, how about recycling plastic? Recycling is a measure taken to reduce garbage. There is a container packing recycling law to promote garbage separation. But is recycling plastic a sustainable and perfect solution? Actually, recycling plastic requires more oil. Let's take PET bottles as an example. Recycling PET bottles requires 3.5 times more oil than the oil used to make PET bottles. In other words, plastic is not suitable for recycling. So, what can we do to solve this problem? We can bring our own shopping bags when going to the grocery store. We can use cutlery instead of plastic spoons, carry our own water bottles, and so on. Thank you. Now, let's move on to industrial problems in Taiwan.
Yes, and our concern is about air pollution in Kaohsiung. So, when did we start to set up industrial area in Kaohsiung? It's about 1970. Because of the Israel Arab War, the whole world seemed to get into an economic crisis. No one is the exception. In order to overcome this situation, our government decided to promote our industry. Through this way, we solved this problem. But we have also gotten into another crisis that was air pollution since then.
Yes, in order to know more about the influence of the pollution, we pay a visit to Lingyuan Industrial Area to interview the residents. Because of the time limitation, we'll show you a short clip of our video. Let's take a look.
Hello everyone, going.
I'm Elvin.
Today is July 14th, and now it's after raining. We are beside Lingyuan Industrial Area.
And as you can see, the exhaust air is released from the industrial area, and the air is smelly and polluted.
Yes, and reports said that there have been 5 explosions in the past 3 years due to the plastic particles. Through the interview, we realized that foul smells, explosions, allergy truly have huge negative impacts on the locals. Moreover, young people have moved to other cities in order to stay away from the polluted air. Aging population thus become more serious in Lingyuan.
So based on what we surveyed out of the academic journals and what we heard through the interview and what we see in the field visit, we attempt to write an appeal letter to the Kaohsiung mayor a couple of weeks ago. The Kaohsiung government agrees to give us response on August 6th. We hope to solve the problem by promoting the awareness of the terrible and harmful effect of industrial pollution on residents. Hopefully, our effort won't be in vain and the government will help improve the situation.
So, action!
Let's find a solution
and wipe out pollution!
Thank you for your attention.
Hi, my friends, and now it's our time for Q&A.
Ronnie, could you please start with the Q&A?
Okay. Okay, in my opinion, maybe we should talk. Thank you for your question from Team A, Equal High School, or okay.
So for the first question, it was the plastic product question. So that's welcome the Japanese friends for this.
And the second question.
And the second question was the Kaohsiung High School. And it says, we other than asking the government for help, what are actions you can do?
We write the letters to our venue.
We write the letters to the government, and for us, we spread the information that the factory's pollution causes the terrible and harmful effects. And we hope that for these information, for every residents and for us and other students, we can afford the government to do more things for the problem.
Okay, thank you for the question. The question is, do you think people can live without all plastic products? I think that we need to have some plastics in our lives, but we can contribute to reduce plastic by using water bottles and bringing our own shopping bags.
So for Peggy, thank you for your question. We called the government last week because we didn't get the response, and they said they promised us will give us in August 6th. They will give us the response August 6th. Thank you.
Do you see any other questions for Japan?
No.
No. How to keep industry from producing air pollution? Nothing. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so moving on to the next presentation. Thank you so much for your wonderful presentation. So moving on to the next presentation. We have Nagoya City, Nihon Fukushima University affiliated high school, Philippine Nikkei Jinkai International School Senior High School, please get ready for your presentation, please.
カメラもオンにしてね。
はい。
So, presenters, could you please start your presentation now?
Yes, please.
Good day, everyone. We are the senior high school students from Philippine Nikkei Jinkai International School and
Nihon Fukushi High School. Today we'll discuss SG12, responsible consumption and production. Mottainai. Are you familiar with the term mottainai? In Japan, mottainai is used in everyday conversation to express regret when something that could still be used is thrown away.
International interest in Mottainai was sparked by a visit to Japan in 2005 by Wangari Maathai. Maathai was deeply impressed when she heard about Mottainai and decided to spread the word to the rest of the world. She felt the single world nearly expressed the basic concept of the environmental conservation movement: reduce, reuse, recycle. She also saw that encompassed a fourth important element: respect for the Earth's limited resources.
300 million tons. This is the amount of paper produced in the world per year. That's about 7 billion trees. As a result of deforestation, we are prone to having floods, landslides, and climate changes.
Every year, students tend to buy new notebooks for school. And at the end of the school year, the notebooks are often left blank, and this results to waste. This shows poor consumption despite the continuous mass production of paper worldwide. We asked students from the Philippines and Japan about their preferences of paper on different situations and the way of using notebooks. We got 54 respondents from the Philippines and 314 from Japan.
According to the results, there is no big difference in preferences except official documents and certificates. But we can see a big difference in the way we use notebooks. Japanese students tend not to use up their notebooks to the end.
We should change our way of using notebooks.
Paper are useful in many ways. Also in Japan, paper is used for cultural purposes such as origami, fusuma, and shoji.
We cannot deny that the world is adapting to the digital age, and even paperless offices will be possible in the future. However, going paperless is not always beneficial, especially in learning how to write. Studies show that it is more effective to learn with paper than with technology. Also, learning with paper reduces the risk of eye damage.
In Japan, recycling is already imperative. Japan has the paper recycling bin system, which gives us 1 Japan yen for 1 kilogram of old paper. Now, the system has reached over 65% of paper recycling and 85% of the collection of old paper. We have 76 paper recycling companies only in Aichi Prefecture.
In the Philippines, only about 20 paper recycling companies are present throughout the country. However, the amount of paper waste is more than that of consumed paper, and paper recycling is not given much attention. Nonetheless, Filipinos still try to be creative by using old paper for craft.
Now, what can we do with the excess paper that was produced but never consumed? We came up with a solution to this problem. Mottainai, an action plan to focus on using unused papers from school notebooks.
At the end of the school year, students will be divided into groups to make renew notebooks. First, we will collect unused pages of notebooks in designated bins. At the same time, we will discuss the sustainable development goals to let students know the purpose of the activity. The discussion will also provide them knowledge and motivation about this task.
Then, the pages will be bound together by yarn and turned into the new notebooks. The cover pages will be decorated with origami. Making the new notebooks will also increase the students' creativity. Through this activity, We are showing the common practice and cultures of both countries, as well as producing new notebooks without harming our nature.
The notebooks will be sold at school stores for the next school year. The profit from the notebooks will be donated to charities and organizations helping those in need.
It's like hitting two birds with one stone. By starting this action, we will know the importance of paper and will start to use paper to its full capacity. This leads to helping people in need. That means we will achieve SDGs 1, 12, 13, and 15.
In our constant effort to recycle, we are taking a step closer to achieving sustainability and protecting Mother Nature. Let's continue doing this for our future. Thank you for listening.
Again, thank you for listening. Let us
Let us now proceed to the question and answer portion of the presentation.
If you have any questions, feel free to type them in the chat box and we will answer them shortly.
Thank you for that wonderful question. The question is from Nagoya Commercial High School. Your question was why we took up this topic. Well, first of all, this topic is very relevant, especially with the advancing world and um, uh,
This is efficient, especially for responsible consumption and production because we are responsibly consuming the excess paper from used notebooks. And then hopefully by responsibly producing it, we will help the contribute to the SDG goal. SDG. Next, from NFUA teacher, what is origami paper?
well, thank you for that wonderful question. Also, the question is, what is origami paper? Well, origami paper is essentially a nine approximately 9 by 9 inches paper, and sometimes it has designs on it. And with that paper, you can fold, you can sometimes cut, and make it into in creative pieces that you can maybe use as decorative pieces or like use it as a in the case of our action plan, we can use it as a decorative piece also. Thank you.
Thank you for your question from KGHS. How can we encourage fellow students to help make these notebooks? So this action plan is supposed to be implemented to schools, and then fellow students will help each other, and the teacher in charge will tell them to do it. Yeah, will tell them to do it.
Again, thank you for listening to our presentation, and thank you for listening and attending.
Excuse me for the interruption, but we need to move on to the next presentation, please. Thank you for your cooperation.
Okay, so thank you for your next presentation. Next presenter are Nagoya City, Nagoya Commercial High School, and National Pension Senior High School. Would you please start sharing your screen? Okay, so are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we are ready.
Yes, we are ready.
Okay, so we can start.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Wow, a blackout? The electricity for my electric stove. Oh, how can I cook my lunch? My Canon cartoon? How can I prepare for my exam tomorrow? I'm doomed.
Please imagine the world without electricity.
What will happen if there is no electricity in my life? First of all, it may affect our education and work. If we have no electricity, learning will be harder. It's a horrible thing. Furthermore, the world's operations will be suspended. Second, since the facilities were all shut down, primary industry would become the main focus.
Third, for the lack of electricity, would be need us for light, which would start to cut down a large number of trees. The environment would be destroyed. Electricity has become an important part of our lives today. Electricity has made our lives more convenient and comfortable. The household appliances we use in our daily lives and the trains we use for transportation are all powered by electricity.
For instance, refrigerators help us to keep our food fresh for a longer time. Air conditioners make us cooler in summer. Heaters keep us warm in the freezing winter. As you can see, electricity has a great influence on our lives.
As you can see in the chart, nuclear power and thermal power are widely used in Japan and Taiwan. But in the West, they produce during the generation of electricity affect the environment and our daily lives. First, nuclear power produces nuclear waste and radiation. If it is not controlled well, it may cause irreversible damage. One example is the nuclear disaster in 2011 in Fukushima, Japan.
Second, as for its drawbacks of thermal power, it causes air pollution and acid rain. Furthermore, the supply of fossil fuels is limited and will eventually run out someday. Since they have these drawbacks, we may need to use other methods to produce electricity. One is hydropower. It's the most widely used renewable energy in most countries. It is well developed and highly efficient. Another one is biofuel. It has a wide range of uses. For example, it can be used as stationary power generation or as power fuel for vehicles. Both of them are good ways to produce electricity without making a lot of waste.
For these factors, here are our action and plan. To save electricity, we have taken some action. We have held the Live with Little Electricity hashtag events on Instagram and Twitter. We want to let the people, such as our friends or our family, know that saving electricity is also one way to save the environment. Hello, I'm Leo. Hi, I'm Melissa. Hi, I'm Mickey. Hi, I'm Jenny. The hashtag event with Little Electricity is starting now. You just have to turn off your lights when I have sunlight, or you can just have set your air conditioner 1 degree higher to 28. By doing so, all of us can save the electricity. Now, please join us to save electricity and help the world. A lot of people responded to our actions. Here are some of the actions they've taken. First, they use sunlight instead of light bulbs during the day. Second, our folks set their air conditioner 1 degree higher to 28 to save electricity and turn on the air conditioner only when they are sleeping. Next, people change traditional bulbs into LED lamps to save more energy. As last but not least, people pull off the plugs that they don't use.
Here we would like to share with you one way to produce power for cooking, which is using a retractable solar cooker.
These are the materials: carton, aluminum foil paper, and tapes. The solar stove is a multi-sided reflector that reflects sunlight to heat up the balls. To cook eggs, first, we beat 2 eggs into the balls and wrap the iron ball with the bags. It can prevent temperatures from losing and keep the air in the ball convective. Next, we adjust the concentrator toward the sunlight and use the heavy object to support the cooker. And the last step is to wait for the sun to do the magic. Eventually, we made the eggs boiled. Using solar cooker is one way to produce energy for cooking. Next time, if there's a blackout during the day, you can make a handy solar cooker to make some food.
Yes, electricity has without doubt changed our lives and habits. We cannot deny that electricity is so important in our life. We need to turn on air conditioner when it is hot. We have to turn on lights when it is dark. In contrast, life without electricity has a lot of disadvantages. In short, we cannot have life without electricity. But we need to notice that, should we use so much electricity in our life? The chart is the electricity use of Taiwan during 1945 to 2017. Since 1985, the use of electricity has grown sharply from 50 billion to 200 billion. We hope that through our actions and experiments, we can save more electricity. So now, I would like to invite everyone to join us, my friends. Use less electricity by unplugging electric appliances not being used. Set your air conditioner 1 degree higher to 28, and let us make a difference in the world. Finally, here are the reference sources we have used for this presentation. Thank you for your attention. Okay, and now it is a time for our question and answer. Okay, now we will answer a question from NFUA. Thank you for your question. The question is, if we cannot use electricity, what should we do? In the part of our beginning video, it has taken that if we didn't have the electricity for the electric stove, we can use, like in our experiment, we can use a multi-sided solar cooker to make some food.
We will answer the question, how does it affect our education and work? In early years where electricity is not available, they burn wood to provide light and protection from the cold. Because wood is needed to provide light, women and children go to the forest and spend hours picking up to fire wood. The children have no energy left for school. Because of all this hard work, and as a result, they quit school. Thank you.
Okay, and now I'm answering the question from Nagoya Commercial High School, Room B. It's asked, why did us choose this topic? It is because just a few months ago, the Taiwan has run out of electricity, and there was truly a blackout. And we were all very scared of that blackout. And we started to think, now the electricity is so important in our life, but if there is life without electricity, how we can do? So we choose this topic and try to save the energy and save the electricity, and even to produce electricity by our solar cooker. Thank you.
So up next, thank you so much.
Thank you for your attention.
I'm sorry for the interruption. Thank you guys so much for the previous presentation. So up next is a very last presentation from today's World Youth Meeting. So the next presenters are Ritsumeikan Junior and Senior High School and Kaohsiung Municipal Kaohsiung Girls Senior High School. Please get ready for your presentation now, please. If you're ready, you may go ahead and start your presentation now.
Can you see the PowerPoint?
No, I don't think so.
Oh dear. Oh, can you see it now?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Then yes, we are ready.
Please start.
Hi, we're Kaohsiung Girls Senior High School and Ritsumeikan High School. Today we'll be talking about good health and well-being.
Please look at the photo. Where do you think these elderly people are? Nursing home? No, actually, they are in a prison in Japan. In recent years, more and more old people in Japan would rather go to prison because they can have better care and someone to talk to. If not in jail, they are alone and lonely. It is shocking, right? Let's check out more news. Headline: Senior citizens struggle with suicide. Lonely death in Japan. All these news clearly lead us to an important issue: elderly's mental health in the aged society.
What is an aged society? It means that in one country, the people over 65 years old take up more than 14% of the whole population. Like now, Japan is a super aged society, while Taiwan is an aged society, which has many negative impacts on our countries. For example, the aged society puts a burden on young generation since there are fewer working age people making money and more elderly being taken care of.
Since elderly are thought to contribute less to the society, they receive little attention and are less valued. This might further cause the elderly's depression, loneliness, and social isolation. It might even lead to the tragedy of them killing themselves.
According to a 2020 research in Japan, the 80 years and older age group has the second highest suicide rate. In Taiwan, with the suicide rate of the whole population having been decreasing in recent years, the suicide rate of the elderly has increased. Therefore, the decline in the elderly mental health is what Taiwan and Japan need to deal with. As students, we believe that we can help in improving it, which is also focus of SDG 3, good health and well-being.
So, what can we do? To help seniors feel more accepted and happier, we think of 3 ways in different levels.
First, at school, we aim to provide elderly and youngsters with more opportunities to learn from one another through regular clubs. Instead of allowing students as the only participants, we plan to invite old people to join clubs as well. During these clubs, elderly and youngsters can take turns being teachers and exchange knowledge or skills that we possess. For instance, elderly can teach us long-lost traditions or popular dances or songs from the past. In return, we can open up the world of virtual reality or online games for them. In this way, the older generation will get a sense of achievement and confidence again because they can teach us something we don't know. Meanwhile, they can learn something new to keep up with the trend and have more topics to talk about with the youngsters.
Next, in the level of community,
we plan to hold activities and public events that engage both young and old people to bridge the generation gap. For example, we can hold exchange clothing fashion shows where the elderly and the youth in one team have to wear each other's clothing. Women wear our grandmother's vintage clothes while they wear our t-shirts. How cute is that? Or we can have quiz shows for two generations to work together, answering questions about history and pop culture. By doing so, youngsters and the elderly will have a good time together and reduce the prejudices against one another. It is expected that the sense of belonging of the elderly will be strengthened and the walls that come between us will be broken down.
Last but not least, as young people, we definitely should make good use of the influence of social media to spread the idea far and wide. So, we would like to start a trend online by using hashtags such as hashtag grandparent talents or hashtag old people are cool, and posting pictures or videos of our grandparents performing their special skills or doing something fun. On the slides are some examples we have done. Starting with such posts, we hope to create a trend and have more people join us. With the power of social media, younger generations will be able to understand more about older ones and remove stereotypes, which helps to create a trend and promote the message that seniors can also be fun and interesting. By changing the elderly's image in people's minds, it may further encourage grandchildren to spend more time with their grandparents.
Under the influence of aged population, Taiwan and Japan both face the problem of worsening mental health of the elderly. To solve it, we propose 3 action plans, that is to engage the elderly in school clubs, community activities, and online trends. We hope to not only bring the smiles to elderly people, but also raise the public awareness of spending more time accompanying their own seniors. Our action may be small, but it can make a difference.
We are students.
We can help.
All right. Thank you all for your attention and those wonderful questions. If you have any more, feel free to type it in the comment section. So we will now move on to the Q&A part. So the first question is from SMAN3. They ask, we are from Yoga team, and we would like to ask, how can we put old age people to nursery hospitals or hire certain nurses to take care of them when we are from a poor family? Well, for one, there are many government issues that is helping this problem. And as students, we can help this by promoting these issues on the social media, like on the hashtag program. We can also use these hashtags to hold campaigns and charity cases to help get more money to help these families that are poor. So yeah, and I would like to invite the Japanese team to answer the next question.
Yes, I'm going to answer the question from CA Rico. Why did you choose this topic? And the reason that we chose to promote and spread awareness about the old generation is because both Taiwan and Japan are facing the aged society in dilemma. And if we can make the older generation happier and have better mental health, it can also lessen the burden on the younger and working generation. So I'm going to pass to the Kaohsiung Girls High School.
Thank you. So the next question I'm going to answer from is from Nagoya Commercial High School. They asked, what other activities do you think are necessary to improve SDGs 3? Well, SDGs 3 is about good health and well-being, not only about the elderly, but also the youth. However, we are focusing on the elderly here, so I'm going to provide my insight on these. So we think that we should start from ourselves. Because from what I've known, I have a lot of classmates that still live with their grandparents or elderlies. And sometimes they would complain to me that they don't like to communicate and interact with their grandparents because they are old and boring. So I think that it's very important to spread the awareness and to encourage people around you to interact more with the elderly in their lives. So, and this would improve very much in their mental state. So yeah, I would like to pass this back to the Japanese students. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to answer the question from IAI. I'm not sure how to read it. Thank you for your presentation. What other thing do you think? Oh, it's finished.
Time is up. Thank you all for your attention.
Thank you very much for nice presentations. We've been enjoying a lot of all of your presentations. And then I would like all of you to give them a big hand again to prize their hard work. I hope all teams will be selected and we can share all of them tomorrow. But unfortunately, only 3 will be selected out of all 3 rooms for tomorrow's section. This is another very important announcement about voting for the discussion videos. Have you finished voting to select 3 videos and writing some comments of videos creators? If not, please click on the video URL and watch the vote now. It will be closed in about 2 hours. Please hurry up and sign up now. Now, it's a pity, but we have to close the day 1 and we need to prepare for day 2. The opening session tomorrow will start at 10 a.m. Japan time, so please don't oversleep yourselves and come up in time for the session. Thank you everyone for joining the World Youth Meeting Day 1. See you tomorrow.